Hello and welcome to RC Custom Creations. In today's video, I just want to do a very loose update video on this FMS K10 bulletproof build series that I've been working on. I believe I got part 5 out there. This is not going to be considered part 6. Part 6 will be coming probably in about a week. I just wanted to give you guys an update as to where I'm at in this build. I'm finally able to say that I have a fully suspended chassis using a all metal 4-link suspension, including the panhard bar. For the most part, it's all homemade, with the exception of the drag link from on the front end, as well as the steering link from the servo to the hub. I may or may not do custom links for that to match the 4-link suspension. Time will tell. What I did do on this truck is I decided to ditch all the aftermarket readily available aluminum links. None of it was worth even buying. None of it actually worked for the rear. So forget even buying those for this truck. If you're doing a FMS K10 or a Easy RC Glacier, forget buying links. Build them. You'll be a lot happier. What I did do as and if you want to do metal links for yours, order yourself 20 or so. If you plan on doing your drag links as well as your steering rod, get yourself 22 rod ends in the M2 size, all aluminum, as well as some M2 threaded rod, some M4 stainless steel tubing. Now with the stainless steel tubing, you will have a space issue in between the M2 threaded rod. I believe the stainless steel is like an M4 by 0.25 internal diameter. So there's quite a bit of movement on the back, as you can see right there. But to remedy that, I have to go and dive back into the rears. I just wanted to do this video. The front, what I did is I took some threaded rod. I took some heat shrink tubing, put it on the threaded rod, shrunk it, put another layer of it, shrunk it, and then I slid the housing over top, and it's actually quite snug. The M4 stainless steel tubing is a little bit wider than the overall diameter on the rod ends, so you can either leave it like that or you can taper the ends like I did. I feel like the tapered ends, help clean it up a little bit, clean up looks. I do have to shorten the rear top links by probably 2 millimeters, as you might be able to see. The pinion angle is too high. It's pointing up way too high. So I'm going to fix that, and then in my next video I will include the lengths for each of the components, the link for the rod ends I decided to use because I imagine they vary in length from company to company. As well as perhaps I'll do a build video on just how to build these links. You will also run into issues with the rod ends in a couple spots, especially on the transmission plate, as well as the tops of the aluminum housings, where I believe it uses a M1.4 millimeter screw. You'll have to create a bushing to go into the eyelet. I'll just use a shock for an example. Into the eyelet. to make up the difference. Otherwise, you can have all kinds of play, and play is no fun. It's not the right play anyway. So with that being said, moving on to my next video, I'm going to also get into the front and rear axle, do a shimming. We're going to shim those. I may do a separate video on how to properly shim a ball bearing equipped axle. Shimming bushings is a little bit different. If you shim ball bearing axles incorrectly, you could potentially turn your ball bearings into bushings. So there is a right and a wrong way to do it. I'll probably do a separate video on that, as well as touch lightly in my build part 6 on how to shim these, what I did to shim these axles. You have to shim both the pinion gears as well as the axle themselves for in and out play. As far as shocks go, I have ordered, I think, 5 sets of shocks. At least 4 sets of shocks. The ones that are mounted on it, these friction shocks, these oil-filled shocks, and these companies that are selling these parts need to get on the same page here. 1/18 scales, 1/18 scale. In my opinion. There's no way I'll get these 1/18 scale shocks onto this truck. You know, it's ridiculous. Like, what were they thinking? Anyhow, like I said, this truck's been an animal. Seems like every time I ordered a part lately, it's been money wasted towards this. Obviously, these parts can be used down the road on other builds. No big deal. So I'm happy to finally say that I have a rolling chassis. Parts are now at the point where, you know, like these plates can get sent off to the machine shop. I do plan on getting several components machined. The steel drive shafts, I got to get a couple of holes opened up to accommodate for the, I believe an M4 input shaft, the pinion shaft on the axles. They're M4 versus M3 on the transmission side. So I have to open those up, as well as I got to get the radio bed servo mount decked off on the top side, as well as the rear cross member decked off on the top side, where I have decided to raise the body on this. And the bumpers are mounted to the chassis itself. It throws the alignment of the bumpers off. It drops them right down on the front as well as the rear. So when you, like, for an example, when you open up the rear tailgate, it kind of sags, and it's a terrible look. FMS, they did that with I think it's the yellow Hilux pickup truck, and it just looks terrible. I want to raise the bumpers back up to where they were, and so that the bumper or the tailgate is sitting flush, as well as the bumper is back up in line with the lined up with the grill properly. You know, make it look like it hasn't been touched, like it's been purchased this way. And yeah, the goal is to build a all-out beast in regards to the 1/18 scales. The suspension's working, you know, fairly choice, all things considered. The suspension options out there are just not there. You really don't have much to play with. So let's see here. Moving forward, in regards to my next build series, I'll get into talking about the thread pitches, the lengths of the screws that I've been using. spacers that I've decided to use in regards to raising the body and at the same time keeping the body flush with the box. That's also another issue. Oddly enough, you can't just put the same spacer front to back. On the front side of the box, you have to put a little bit extra to make that sit just right. So yeah, anyhow, if you like what you see and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. You know, it's just subscribers that are getting me interested in doing these videos. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I will answer. Even if you say hello, I'll say hello back. No big deal. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I look forward to seeing more subscribers every day. I tune into my YouTube studio, even if I don't have anything to post. I at least check to see if there's any comments. You know, let's open up a conversation. So yeah, if you feel this video is worth sharing with your friends, please share it. It's been a beast. Not gonna lie. If you're interested in doing one of these videos, you know, and you're on your own, you don't know where to go, you know, please continue following. I will include a updated list on my next build series of the components that I used. I know the first 5 parts of this build series, it's, you know, I ordered a bunch of parts and it's turning out quite a bit of them are incompatible, and just I'll have to go back and update. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in, and hope you have a good night. Bye for now.